The Misadventures of Rutherford the Great. In a kingdom of perpetual chaos, IKEA instructions were ancient prophecy. Dragons moonlighted as con artists. Here lived a man whose title far exceeded his greatness. Rutherford the Great, or Rudy to his friends, clanked through the royal court. His borrowed armor made him look like a walking disaster. The helmet sat permanently askew, tilted so he'd stare at his own armpit. The most unfortunate feature was a suspicious rust stain on the rear plate. Courtiers would avert their eyes and whisper behind their hands. Rutherford's predicament stemmed from an ill-advised tennis match. He'd lost his left boot near the net and his right gauntlet during his victory dance. Now he limped through the castle with one bare foot and one ungloved hand. He was the picture of dignified ridiculousness. Outside, Trey Anastasia, in dragon form, casually picked his teeth with a goat femur. The king renamed him Puff, which Trey found amusing. He waited for his next mark, someone gullible enough for protection services. Inside the throne room, Princess Isabella abandoned royal decorum. She was constructing a Babylonian tower from IKEA parts. Her original plan was a vanity, but it became a monument to chaos. The tower swayed ominously, held by determination and Swedish engineering. "Your Majesty," announced Daryl Hannah, bursting through the doors. They were the kingdom's self-appointed surfer philosophers. Their main philosophy involved creative ways to smoke various herbs. "We've come to complain about that dragon." The king, trying to figure out his rogue speaker, looked up with interest. "Ah yes, Puff, what's he done now?" "Well," Doc Gooden began, then paused. Princess Isabella's tower chose that exact moment to collapse spectacularly. It took out the rogue speaker in a cascade of wooden dowels. "Actually, never mind about the dragon. Can we interest you in some recreational consultation instead?" Rutherford clanked into the scene just as the dust settled. His askew helmet made him walk directly into a pillar. "Fear not, Your Majesty. Rutherford the Great has arrived to..." "What happened here?" The princess stood proudly next to her pile of destruction. "I've created art. This represents the futility of following directions." In a world that makes no sense, Trey Anastasia poked his massive dragon head through the window. "Anyone interested in buying some premium protection services? I accept payment in livestock, precious metals, or really good cheese." The king surveyed his court, his deconstructionist daughter, his knight in embarrassingly stained armor, his surfer advisors, and his entrepreneurial dragon. This seemed like a pretty normal Tuesday. "Rutherford," the king declared, "move that speaker debris to the living room." "Princess, your tower is now our official royal art installation. Daryl and Doc, let's discuss your consultation services. And Trey, we'll talk about that goat situation later." As Rutherford began clanking toward the wreckage, his loose armor rattling, everyone politely pretended not to notice the suspicious stain. It seemed to grow more prominent with each movement. In a kingdom where dragons ran protection rackets and princesses built monuments to chaos, and little rust on royal armor was hardly the strangest thing. And so life continued in the court of perpetual absurdity. Greatness was measured not by achievement, but by how gracefully one could stumble through the beautiful disaster of it all.